Today's Sunshine Note is titled, Blindly Following Jesus. My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness. Once I heard that, I was glad to let it happen. I quit focusing on the handicap and began appreciating the gift. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. Jared is part of a music, drama, and preaching ministry team that tours the United States holding weekend conferences for teens. A stop on his first tour was an arena in Sacramento, California. It was Friday night and the message was titled, Leaving the Trash Behind. He told me the following story about that night. I was asked to help up front with the altar call. I was in the bowl area when I looked up into the stands and saw a teenage boy start to make his way down the steps and to the front. But something was different about this kid. A friend was helping him maneuver the steps, and he was walking with a cane. Once he was down the steps and had a straight line to the front, he began walking alone. When he reached the front, he dropped to his knees, set his cane on the ground, looked straight up to heaven, and started crying. It was then that I realized this guy was fully blind. The cool thing was that he wasn't looking around at the other kids, wondering who saw him walk to the front, wondering if people were impressed by his being there. Because he couldn't see what was going on around him, he was focusing totally on the Lord. As I watched him in awe, I thought to myself, this is full surrender. It was a struggle for him to get to the altar, but he knew there was something bigger waiting for him. He knew there was something greater waiting for him at that altar, and all he wanted to do was get down there. He could have surrendered his life to Jesus from his seat. He could have sat there and prayed, but he wanted to make the effort toward his commitment. He wanted to give Jesus complete surrender. Those of us who can see and walk need to have that kind of burning desire. We don't have an excuse. It gave me a different outlook on my life. I need to fully surrender to the Lord no matter what my situation is. His eyes were not healed that day, but his heart was. And he taught me that God is worth more. God's worth more than the bad things that have happened to you, so leave them behind. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Once I heard that, I was glad to let it happen. I quit focusing on the handicap and began appreciating the gift. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. May God bless you today.